What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and make sure you leave a like on this video to wish Taylor Lorenz a happy 93rd birthday. And she's going to know if you don't wish her a happy birthday. And actually, each additional like on this video will help wish her a future birthday, as they seem to be coming faster than we can wish her a happy birthday. But Taylor Lorenz has doxed yet another YouTuber, and this time her latest hit piece absolutely falls flat, flops. Nobody cared. It had almost no traction, and it's been backfiring as people are digging up some interesting past little goings-ons from old Tay Lorenz. Dude, I'm interested in her skincare routine. For being almost 100 years old, she looks great. Why is Taylor Lorenz embracing supremacist harassment tactics? What? Taylor Lorenz claims to oppose online harassment during her appearance on MSNBC earlier this year. The Washington Post meme expert broke down in tears while discussing her severe PTSD she suffered as a result of the, quote, horrifying mean words she received from, quote, the worst people on the internet. After the segment aired in early April, Lorenz lashed out at the liberal network for emboldening her online critics. By the way, Taylor Lorenz was born with a platinum spoon in her mouth, private school beginning to end, never had to work for a thing, never wanted in her entire life. So she was born elite. She remains elite. She has the Washington Post as a platform. No, I'm sorry. I will not feel sorry for Taylor Lorenz receiving negative feedback, given the fact that this isn't a woman that is just trying to write articles about bees. Her entire career is around trying to destroy content creators' livelihoods, take away their platforms, deplatform, demonetize them. That's what she does. Her most recent actions suggested that she learned to embrace some of the online harassment as a tool to intimidate her perceived enemies. The Post columnist reiterated her anti-MSNBC grievance on Monday, only this time she specifically targeted Morgan Radford, the female journalist of color who produced the, quote, insane garbage segment about online harassment and allegedly misgendered a colleague and never apologized. You ever notice how Taylor Lorenz has a long history of beefing with other women? Like, overwhelmingly so? It's just something I noticed. I'm not saying that. I've noticed it. That's all I'm saying. No bigger regret in my career than making the mistake of thinking Morgan Radford knew how to accurately report on harassment, she wrote on Twitter. Her complete mishandling of the stories led to immense fallout of mean words for months. I cannot warn women loudly enough to stay away from her and MSNBC. So the article goes on, by publicly criticizing Radford, who identifies as a Black American with Cuban and Jamaican roots, Lorenz was explicitly inviting her 339,000 followers to wage a campaign of racially charged harassment against a vulnerable woman of color. Her insistence on going after Radford's competence, a racist trope commonly employed by white supremacists who believe in the intellectual inferiority of Black people, was especially shocking. Lorenz, who is white and attended a Swiss boarding school, went on to suggest that Radford was an agent of the white supremacist patriarchy that controls the mainstream media. Wow. Wow. Accusing a person of color of failing to advocate for marginalized communities is another racially charged tactic often employed by Democrats to vilify minorities who stray away from the party line. For example, when Black conservatives such as Tim Scott and Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas are routinely denounced as being an Uncle Tom, a derogatory epithet commonly used to describe excessively subservient Black person who enables the oppression of other Black people. Jesus, Taylor. I don't know if you could read the rest of that article over on the Washington Free Beacon. This is her article that she slithered out on Sunday. YouTube remains rife with misogyny and harassment, creators say. YouTube creators who sounded the alarm years ago say the company still has a problem. Who? I don't know, like who? Because are they the same people that robbed us of response videos? Are they the same people that made it so that if you have even one more subscriber than another channel, you're not allowed to make responses to them? Are they the ones that said we couldn't talk about? I mean, are you kidding me? The amount of things we can talk about on YouTube has never been fewer. In April 2016, YouTube CEO Susan Wojcicki took the stage in front of rows of creators at the company's second ever Creator Summit in LA. The event was a gathering of some of the internet's biggest stars, and Wojcicki was there to listen. She began by touting YouTube's ad growth and the company's plans to expand its original programming, but when she opened the floor for questions, she was faced with a barrage of criticism from female creators. Women creators weren't doing well. According to an account of the meeting in a new book, Like, Comment, Subscribe, Inside YouTube's Chaotic Rise to World Domination by Bloomberg technology reporter Mark Bergen, many were dealing with the vicious, mean words and stalking. He recounts the toxicity of the platform was escalating, they said, and the networked attacks they faced online were growing more threatening. How many of these creators, by the way, and how many of them were also reporters? I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but it doesn't happen exclusively to women. I mean, between Tim Pool and I, we've got 36 SWATs. How many women can keep up with those kind of numbers? It went on to detail how one female creator called out the rampant mean words and explained that she was terrified after a fellow YouTuber made a hostile video about her. Doxxer, that's not okay, posted her personal information online. This is something, by the way, Taylor Lorenz does in this very article. I often wonder how someone can be this out of touch, this like completely brain dead. But then like I just read the next article by Taylor Lorenz and I'm like, well, there it is. That's how you can be that out of touch. Ingrid Nielsen, a popular beauty vlogger, okay, was dismayed when Wojcicki offered what she felt was empty sympathy with no commitments to fix the problem. What is the problem to fix? This is like the Zoomer generation. What, you want people, no comment sections, right? Is that what you want? Because you'll just move to Reddit, you know, or somewhere else. Do you want to not allow any creator-on-creator commentary? I mean, YouTube is already so boring. I mean, it's ridiculous. A report issued last month by the Center for Countering Digital Hate, okay, a British nonprofit. Well, I'm interested in what the Brits have to say about freedom of speech. No offense, British viewers. Declared on the harassment against women is flourishing on YouTube. Though the platform recently banned online men's rights influencer Andrew Tate after he amassed millions in ad rev, other channels espousing similar ideology are posting regularly and using the platform to grow their audience. So what? Just don't watch. Or better yet, if they're so popular, you should be able to build a really, really popular channel debunking them, you know, or owning them. Misogyny is alive and well on YouTube, the center's report found. I mean, what kind of lazy article is this? Like, what? YouTube will turn a blind eye to anything that brings lots of viewers to the platform. Durr. What do you think? Part of the reason YouTube has survived as long as it has is because it has this like depth of knowledge and content and things that people can watch. Creators who leaned into the content saw their following skyrocket through posting videos that experts say. The expert is this clown, Christopher Boozy, who also retweeted this article. I have no idea who this dude is. Seems to have exude real like kind of NPC leftist energy, like pro censorship, pro deplatforming. So he's not really worth interacting with, but like anybody that hides replies too. I mean, so anyway, this is the expert, just so you know. Then she goes on to fully name a content creator and list where they live. Full legal name, where they live. That's enough. That's doxing for me. Now, she'll slime around and say that. So she's talking about a particular YouTuber. I'm not going to say who they are because I don't want, their dox to get spread out even more. But then Christopher Boozy, founder and CEO of Bot Sentinel, a company that can't even pay the rent from what I saw on Twitter, a research firm specializing in disinformation, YouTube is telling women it's okay for men to publish and monetize videos insulting and demeaning them. These videos have 116 million views and YouTube has refused to take action. In fact, YouTube said this content is actually fine. And now they've been kicking and screaming ever since. By the way, by the very same token, there were tons of videos published about the other side of that argument too. Many of his earlier titles on the attacks on social justice warriors and woke culture, such as SJW's Ruin Comics, reveal there's no coming back from wokeness, and SJWs never learn. High-profile women who speak up about bad behavior or are perceived to be too progressive are frequent targets of misogynistic YouTubers. I would say that you could ask Neil Druckmann about that. That's a very progressive male that had thousands of videos made about him, calling him Neil Cuckman, all this kind of stuff. It goes both ways, but they only report on one direction of it. You know, there are hundreds of videos saying vile things about me, a content creator. Why doesn't Taylor Lorenz cover that? Women creators, parentheses, quotations, say they're frustrated that YouTube hasn't done more, and the company dismisses mean words as hate campaigns as drama. Quote, YouTube turns a blind eye when some of the larger creators spew misogyny. Is misogyny illegal? I'm just wondering, because there's plenty of man-hating videos out there. Let's just say, hypothetically, you're telling the truth, and there are misogynistic creators, you know? Is that speech that you want to suppress? How about all the women, female creators talk junk about men? A wellness and self-improvement YouTuber with 2.3 million followers. Oh, wow. Really getting suppressed there, huh? Only 2.3 million followers. How will they live? I mean, they probably make $150,000 a month. How will they survive? Akila Hughes, you really bringing up the chick that lost a fair use lawsuit to Sargon? She quit the platform partially, she said, because of misogynistic mean words she endured. She attended the meetings with Wojcicki in 2016 and was dismayed about the lack of progress. You mean the woman that falsely took down videos criticizing her and then lost 2 lawsuits about it, lost everything? That woman, that's who you're using to prop up your hate piece, Taylor? This is a pathetic new low. 3 comments, by the way. 3. Absolute embarrassment. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.